Hello again everyone, this is me Chinatsu. Today's video is all about 5 YouTube channels that I do recommend for those who are learning English. I have made those 2 videos in the past and I would say today's video is quite similar. I picked 5 YouTube channels that I personally recommend, and I know what you guys thinking. Hey, recommend something beneficial for us. Yes, I hear you. Well, at the end of the day, we want to enjoy our lives, right? So there's nothing wrong with, learning English using YouTube. I mean, watching only contents dedicated to English. I mean, it's great, but we often forget that, especially if you're like a studious kind of student, we often forget that English is just a tool. Studying grammar and correct pronunciation, it's necessary, like it's important, but you don't want to be too stubborn about them. It's just lame. So in today's video, I'm gonna show you 5 YouTube channels that you will enjoy 100%, but also you can use them as like a great resource to study English. So stay tuned until the end of this video. As always, if you've got any questions, comments, please leave it down below. I would love to hear what you have to say. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you're more than welcome to as well. Alright, without further ado, let's get right into it. Number 1, especially for those who are new to English, I recommend Veronica's Language Diaries. Veronica, she is from Russia. She is also learning English like many of us. She talks about the challenges and the questions that pop up when English is your second language. It's not easy to explain, the nuances of our native language, right? Like, for example, if someone asks us like some questions about Japanese and then they say like, hey, why do you say this in this way? Why do you use this word in this situation? And then we go like, because that's what we have been doing, and because that sounds good. Sometimes we can't explain it. So we get kind of lost in the grammar related questions and stuff. But when it comes to learning English, I think it's actually more relatable and easier for us to learn English from someone who has struggled with that language already. And I feel like sometimes, only sometimes though, like it might be better for us than learning English from language experts, because they tend to be a bit too techy. They talk about grammar. Okay, if you put this like adjectives and then after that blah blah blah, and then I'm like, okay, like I know that, but I mean I understand that, but tell me more about the nuances, like why do you say this and the kind of stuff, right? You know what I mean? Her contents are so relatable, and how she explains all the like accents and grammar and stuff, it's really easy to understand. I've got so many insights from her channel actually, and especially I love her one with the YouTube short series. If you understand this joke, your English is quite good. And another thing is Veronica's English is quite clear and easy to understand. So if you're new to English, I think you won't struggle too much. If you become a member of her channel, I think you can get the script in English and you get some tips of like each content and stuff. I was actually a member. It's only like $5 or something, so check it out if you're interested. Alright, next on my list is Dr. Izzy Seeley. Seeley? Sorry if I said it wrong. So she is a medical doctor based in London. Actually, I've been watching her videos since she was a medical student. She is a native English speaker though. She is learning Chinese because that's her heritage. I mean, she doesn't talk about like learning English kind of stuff. I mean, she does a little bit, but mainly about Chinese. But still, she shares like tips and tricks of like learning a language as your second language, third language. Her contents are so great. It's definitely worth watching. Oh, she actually made some videos about British accents. So if you're interested in British accents, you should check them out. So she is from the University of Cambridge. So she used to share contents about like how to study efficiently or like time management, that kind of stuff. Actually, what I love about her channel is just her speaking style. Like she talks very like nicely, just like I can't explain why I love her speaking style. If you've got someone like you kind of admire or like I don't know, like you like for no reason, they can be your goal. So in terms of English as well, like it's actually a good motivation for you. Like, oh, I want to speak like her. You know, there's a saying that if you want to be better at something, just copy from people who are good at it, you know, something like that, right? At least for me, Dr. Izzy, like the way she talks, I love it so much. So I wish I could talk like her a little bit. It doesn't mean that I want to speak British accent or something like that. It's not related to her accent, but just the way she talks, like nicely slow and relaxing. Anyway, you should check out her channel for sure. My next recommendation is Mina Rome. I actually mentioned about her channel in my previous video, but I've got another story related to her content, so let me talk about it. Bear with me. Her channel basically focuses on like vegan recipes. You don't have to be vegan, like it doesn't matter. Like her recipes are all like easy to try. Like you don't need like, you know, fancy like weird ingredients or like some like kitchen equipment you use only like once in like 2 years or something. You don't need them. So her recipes are quite easy and her videos are lovely in general. I just like to watch her content, but also the reason why I want to recommend her channel is because the way she talks is also very, very nice. Dr. Izzy, her way of speaking is nice as well, but Mina, she's actually from Germany. She's German, so English is not her first language. And sometimes she says like, oh, what is it called in English? Or what do you call it in English? That sort of stuff, which is actually cute. She motivated me a lot in the way that like it's okay to be me. There's actually a story that I wanted to share with you guys today. When I was a kid, this is actually a story from my teenage years, and I hope this story doesn't sound rude for some people or like sound like just like silly. I was silly before, and it's gonna be a good talk, so I just wanted to share with you guys. When I was a student, when I was a teenager back in Japan, I wanted to study English very, very hard, but the resources were kind of limited. I told you guys enough though, I'm from a small town. Now, you know, if you go online, you can get so many resources, you can meet new people, and you can watch like billions of videos online, right? At that time, what I could get was only like the audio from books or like textbooks, or a bit of time with the English, you know, teacher. They were from like Canada, England, but only like 30 minutes in a week or something in the class, like not personal lesson or anything. So for me, if I wanted to learn English more like, you know, closely, what I could get was only like CDs from the textbooks or movies. So for me, people who speak English, the impression in my head was like when they speak English, they go like, hey, how are you? Oh my God, I like your shoes. Oh my God, you look gorgeous. You know, something like that. And then I know that it's such a stereotype. And actually, well, there are some people who speak like that. But I thought like, oh, I have to be more like, you know, bubbly. I have to say more banter. And then I have to be more like, you know, cheerful and then using face expressions and hands and stuff. When you look at me now, you might be thinking like, oh, Chinato, you're doing it. So like, you're fine. But, you know, this is something I have learned over 10 years. You know, it took quite a bit of time. But at the time, you know, I was only like 15 or 16 or something, and I didn't know about the world. So I was like, that's not me. I love English, but I'm not sure if I can get kind of used to that sort of communication style. You know, Japanese and English communication styles are quite different, like 100%. So English needs more like direct communication. You have to say yes, no, clearly, or you have to use like face expressions. You know, that's part of the communication. But on the other hand, in Japanese, like you can't make, you know, this kind of face too much. People would go like, are you okay? Are you crazy? Everything just came from movies and stuff, especially when I just came to Australia. I was always disappointed of myself. I was like, oh, I'm not funny enough. I'm not bubbly enough. I can't say any like jokes, or like I can't say like, you know, hey, how are you? You know, spontaneous like greetings and stuff. Mina's videos, they taught me that it's okay to be me. It's okay to be shy, or it's okay to be a bit like, you know, awkward sometimes. And especially, you know, many Japanese people, we are kind of used to like, you know, kind of formal, quiet communication style, if that makes sense. I don't want to talk about something like stereotype or anything, but I think it's true. Mina's videos, the way she talks is quite like, Like again, it's quiet, and also she sometimes gets a bit awkward, like in a cute way though. You don't have to pretend like you're someone else. You've got your own like way of speaking, communication style, and if you want to change it, go for it. Like if you're comfortable, if you feel like you feel better with like more like active, like expressive communication, then go for it. But also, you don't have to change yourself. Like it's okay to be you. I've got more things to say, but this video is getting longer, so I'm not going to talk about it all. But yeah, Mina taught me that, even though she makes cooking videos. So I really want you guys to check her videos because they're awesome, and I'm pretty sure in terms of English as well, you will learn a lot of things from her. Let's move on to the next one. And then what I believe is if there are 200 people, there are 200 ways of English. In the sense, I like YouTube channels that invite different speakers. That's why I like TED Talks, and I like what else? Like Vogue. If you like fashion, Vogue, I do recommend. What else? I mean, there are some, right? Today's recommendation is this one, Wired Japan. Actually, there is an official one, but they are all English. But Japanese one has got Japanese subtitles, so it's easy for us to understand. And I love how they translate all the English to Japanese. Now, this is actually the very important part of this video. If you ask me, hey, give us only one advice when it comes to English, what would it be? There's actually only one. And I know I always tell you guys, hey, do outputs and do a lot of inputs and enjoy, the contents and stuff. But here's one thing, that is get used to different kinds of English. That's it. That's all. Because you should expose yourself to different ways of English because, again, English is quite diverse depending on the area, depending on the generation and stuff. For example, in Melbourne, people from like 30 years ago, they speak completely differently. They sound more British. Actually now, not many people speak British accents. I mean, part of it, yes, but it's more like Aussie, if that makes sense. Over 30 years, there were so many changes. Again, like English is not like, oh, you have to speak in this way, you have to say in this way. English is changing like every single day. And also, depending on the person, they've got like a different, tone of voice or like how they say, expressions they use and stuff. Once you actually step out of Japan, that's actually what's going to happen. You have to talk to different people with different accents, different wording and something like that. So whatever your English level is, I recommend you guys to expose yourself to different kinds of English. Get used to different types of English. This is very, very important, and that's what I didn't do when I was in Japan. Yeah, just use YouTube and then just watch videos from different creators. I think that's a great way. Last but not least, Emma Chamberlain. And actually, I don't know where to start. She is beautiful, she is talented, she is gorgeous. Beautiful, gorgeous, lovely, cute. The most important thing is she is authentic. So it's kind of similar to what I said in Mina's part though. Emma also taught me that it's okay to be me. You might be quiet at work, but if you face to something you love, you go like, yay, like you go crazy. I mean, it's completely okay and it's normal. So we always have like fun, cheeky, side, and it's okay to be, like a bit cheeky and then like bubbly and stuff. Her videos are quite fun to watch anyway, so just give it a go. And another thing is she uses a lot of expressions that young people use. Like for example, fire. This is fire means like this is cool, or like this is lit. Like lit also has got like a similar meaning. Like this is hot, like this is great. Or like slay. Slay is like cool or like awesome or killing it. If you want to learn like real expressions that native speakers use, I think her channel is the best. Especially, I love this video. She tried like fries from different franchise. It's so funny. So just give it a go. Alright, thank you for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you've got any questions, comments, leave it down below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you're more than welcome to as well. Alright, see you in the next video, guys.